Enrique Olvera and Daniela Soto-Innes.
Well, Enrique and I have been working together for the past 6 years. We actually met in New York while I was doing a charcuterie class, and then we became really good friends because he was so happy. And then I went to Pujol for a weekend, ended up staying back and forth for a year and a half. And then when I said I'm ready to go to New York, he said, okay, we'll go. We'll open a restaurant there, and here are we.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was back 4 years ago. We were very successful in Mexico and decided we needed a new challenge. There's also many things that we didn't like about how Pujol was progressing, about ourselves, about how we were managing the team. And New York has presented a new opportunity to rethink how we approach the restaurant business. So one of the main differences is that there's not one chef, but actually 2 chefs. We like the idea of collaboration and having a more horizontal structure. So we don't like the pyramidal, classical European model. So we work as a team. There's 2 of us now, but there's a lot more people back in New York, all of them really important. Diana, our beverage director, Santiago Perez, our partner, an amazing individual. Yes. He doesn't get all the recognition he needs to get.
He's the best dancer we know.
Right,
Yeah.
by far. Well, no, the best dancer is probably Jesus, but anyways. Yeah, so we wanted to rethink and just have fun because we realized that a lot of us, when we're in this fine dining environment, we're really stressed, and you approach people and you see chefs not having a good time and not enjoying their day-to-day operations, and we decided we didn't want to do that. No, that it was not about getting somewhere, but actually enjoying the way. So we decided to be very Mexican. We changed how we do things. We decided to have fun in the kitchens. I think Cosme is actually one of the highest energy kitchens in the world. Daniela has a very nice routine.
You can't tell I have a lot of energy.
Yeah, she has like a yoga routine with all the cooks, which is kind of weird and crazy. But we wanted to share some pictures with you. So if you can play the little movie. These are pictures taken from Daniela's phone and my phone about how we opened Cosme and
Don't
a little
judge.
bit about that. So if you can play that little movie.
Frank.
En un pueblo olvidado, no sé por qué, y en su danza el moreno me dejó ver. En el pueblo lo llamaban Negro José, amigo Negro José. Con mucho amor canturrea el Negro José, tiene el color de la noche sobre la piel.
That's our bar.
Canturreando dichoso él, amigo Negro José. Perdóname si te digo, Negro José, eres diablo pero amigo Negro José. Tu futuro va conmigo, Negro José. Yo te digo porque sé. ¿Cómo? Amigo Negro José. Cuando al bailar y el tambor en esos ojos parece hablar y su camisa endiablada lo hace saltar, amigo Negro José. No tienes ninguna pena al parecer, pero las penas te sobran, Negro José. En el baile es una cebra, lo sé muy bien. Perdóname si te digo, Negro José, pero amigo negro José. Tu futuro va conmigo, negro José. Yo te digo porque sé, amigo negro José. Perdóname si te digo, negro José, eres diablo, pero amigo, negro José. Tu futuro va conmigo, negro José. Yo te digo porque sé, amigo negro José. Yo te digo porque sé, amigo negro José.
Cool.
And that's our dining room.
Yeah, that's how we all started. Cosme
Yeah.
used to be a strip club, so it always had good energy.
I know. My first day, I moved to New York. I go into my first meeting, and Enrique tells me the address. I'm standing in front of the most famous strip club in New York, and I was like, no, but it has a great essence. It's really fun. I think the most important thing for us is to be extremely happy, and we're happy people.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. I think one of the barriers that a lot of people think about Mexican food, and they think about something that is too folkloric. Mexican restaurants haven't been able to change the perception, and I think this is what we wanted to do in Cosme, is show ourselves, not necessarily show the folkloric aspect of our culture, but we did want to keep very Mexican. So anybody that knows a Mexican knows we're great at partying, and I think part of the DNA of a Mexican restaurant is that it must be a happy place, and I think this is why Cosme is so special, because even though we keep quality up and we're closet perfectionists, we still like to have fun and make sure that people want to come back to restaurants, because also we're talking the other day, no? When you come to San Francisco, for ourselves, we always go to the markets, and we like to go to the casual restaurants and see what's happening on the streets, and then you realize you have one of those restaurants that you never want to visit, right? So for us, Cosme is that opportunity of having a restaurant that is approachable, that you can really just go because it's Friday and you don't need, hopefully now it's kind of busy, but ideally it was not meant to be that way. And we also open Atlas, so I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about Atlas.
At Cosme, we started with 4 cooks. Nobody really wanted to work in a Mexican restaurant, and we started with 100 covers, then 200, then 300, and still had 4 cooks. And we make it work. We're very happy people. Now a lot of people are more interested in Mexican food, and they're actually proud to be cooking it, which is amazing. And then we opened Atla because we wanted to go have breakfast. We wanted conchas, and we wanted chilaquiles and quesadillas, and we couldn't go anywhere, and Mexico City was 4 hours away. So we said, let's open a restaurant. And why not? Let's open it all day, because we also want a mezcal bar. So it ended up from being a little coffee shop with conchas and coffee to all-day cafe. And
we needed a place, because Cosme, in a way, it was ideally was not a like a more of a fine dining restaurant, and we always wanted to be part of the community in New York. I think you saw a couple of pictures of really good friends, the Franks, Carlito. They opened the doors to us, and this is very special. So we want to be part of the community. We don't want to be a Mexican restaurant that brings everything from Mexico, so we work with local producers, just as we do in Mexico. We are engaged with our community. Daniela does a lot of social programs in New York. I focus my time more in Mexico because my family lives there. But I think it works really nice because it's kind of the same model that we have for all of our restaurants, that is to work locally, to be engaged with the circumstances, and now obviously with everything that has been happening here in the US and all the migration issues that are happening. I think that it's also very nice through food, because food migrates so easily. You know, in Mexico, we're used to food migrating since the Spanish came. Now then we have the trade route with Asia, so we know that food migrates easily. And I think it's a really easy and simple way of having that conversation on how migration is actually a good thing, not only for humans, but for food.
We get asked if we're authentic, and I think if you're authentic, you use whatever you have around yourself. So that's easier to open restaurants now. We just use the producers, the farmers that are around us, and we use our dry ingredients like the corn, the beans, and chiles. And from that, we can be authentic, real Mexicans, right? And we have fun doing it. I think that's the most important thing, no? Like, always be happy and having a lot of fun while you're at work. And that I will tell you. Osteria Francescana is like our second family. They're always there. Because we just want everyone to feel welcome. And like in Mexico, when you're at your house, you're always happy. And we want to do the same feeling for our restaurants.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the culture. The hospitality is central to what we do, and also having an authentic voice and having our own voice. I think that's what it's beautiful about our projects, that even though they're very Mexican, like I said, this is not stereotypical. We like to remain open-minded. We approach, now that we'll be opening Los Angeles, because here there's a lot of Asian influences and Latin influences in California. We're very excited to work here because in a way there's Mexican food from California. So we have Mexican food from New York now and Mexican food from Mexico. And that combination with different Asian countries, with what's happening with Japanese food in California and Korean food in California, I think it'll be a really interesting mix of what we can do in our menus. There's already many ideas.
And cooks are so excited.
Yes.
It's just so excited.
Yeah, and the producers, which are amazing here, you know,
Yes.
the products
Chino
are really
farms.
cool to work. So I think this is what we have to say. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.